Hey everyone, welcome to this demo. Today I just wanted to give you a rundown of the new teacher platform for Knowt and the new changes that come along with it. So we'll just do a quick demo, see how it can work for you and how you can use it. And you can always refer back to this video if you need help figuring out anything. And of course, we'll be posting some shorter videos and FAQ later on. But yeah, let's introduce you to the new teacher platform. So this is actually the new login for both teachers and students. You'll see here we've simplified the process a bit. So if you want to sign in with Google, Facebook, or Apple, you can do so on this page. If you do want to create an account with Knowt, it's really simple. Just click up here for sign up, and you can actually fill out your information, so your name, your email, and obviously your password. We're just going to go in and jump into a fresh teacher account since we've already set that up. So we'll go into KTeacher2 at Knowt IO, and we'll log in and show you how easy it is to get started with the Knowt Teacher platform. So once the loading is done, we'll jump into the platform and you'll see our brand new walkthrough. So really important to note, and note we really believe in a better way to learn. That's kind of why we spend so much time working on this platform. And we're really here to make Knowt easy and effective for you. So just to do that, we're just going to ask you for a few pieces of information and walk you through how the platform will work. So let's get started. You can either pick between a student or a teacher account. We'll go through the teacher account demo right now, and you'll see how the student account works later. So yeah, once you pick teacher, we'll just ask you what school you teach in. So for now, I'll just do School of Knowt. 12th grade, I'll say history. I'll teach 2 classes. And if you have a referral code from an ambassador, you can actually enter it here. I don't have one right now, so I'll just click next. And up here, you can tell the progress for for the walkthrough. So yeah, I mean, we highlight the most important parts of the platform. So this is the most powerful notebook you have. You can always refer to this. I won't go into too much detail since I will be showing the demo. But yeah, we've outlined the different buttons and how you can go through them. We'll just go through this as normal, and you guys can spend some time with this when you log in and just read up on how the platform works. So yeah, this is one of the last slides, and then you'll see use Knowt. So we're just going to jump into the platform. You'll see the platform already comes with some default notes, and this is the new UI. So what I'll do is I'll actually jump into a platform that I've already pre-filled so that you guys have a better idea of how it works and it looks in the real-time usage. So I'll just swipe over there and show you right now. So yeah, so this is actually a pre-filled account that we've already started using and kind of seeing how students interact with and teachers can use. So basically, let me show you around the platform. So on the left here, you have your personal notebook. So this is actually a notebook for you and for you only. So none of your students can see these notes. This is just meant for you to be able to test Knowt out whenever you'd like, or even if you want to learn your own information or just want to check up on your knowledge, you can do so as well. So it's really simple. These are your notes. You can click on your note and you can actually see a full editor. So we've made the typing experience on Knowt really fun to use. So you can either copy and paste your notes here, or you could type them into Knowt directly. We have all the different formatting options. And above, you'll see some different options here. So this is actually a full editor view. So you can click this and edit in a full view, so there's no distractions on the left. And you'll see the typical buttons of quiz. And actually, something new that we've added is flashcards. So I will kind of give you a demo of this really quickly. But I just want to mention one last thing. If you do want, you can actually import a note from a website or Google Drive or your computer. You can import any different type of file. We even make notes from PowerPoints and Google Slides. So you can do that. That's really simple. And if you ever want to add a new note, you can just click here and add a new note whenever that is. So we'll even delete the empty notes, of course. And so the platform is really simple to use. So one thing that we've added so far is flashcards. So this is something that you can even later share with your students. So if you actually click on the flashcards button, this is all live. So we're making flashcards automatically from your notes in just a matter of seconds. So as you can see, this was live. We've never made flashcards on this note before. We've just noted up some great flashcards, and we can actually, so what you can actually do is you can actually add more terms if you'd like, and we'll even suggest different terms once you start typing them in. Or you could go through and actually review them if you want. So here we have one for MLK, and blank started a movement to end segregation and other civil rights injustices. So this is MLK. You can flip them around so you just see the definition first. So the blank are nations which made fast advances following World War II. So I actually know the answer. It's Asian tigers. So I can flip it over and I can take a look right there. It's really quite something, and we've made all these flashcards in a few seconds. You can even add your own, and if you'd like, you can even edit the ones that we've made for you. So it's really simple, really cool. And just to show you how the quiz function works, you can just hit quiz, and we've actually given you different ways to customize your quiz. So by default, we set up 15 questions. We've selected all of the question types. You can obviously select any ones that you don't want, and you can jump into a quiz from there. And we've also added a couple new modes for how to take a quiz. So instant feedback is basically something that you can enable to get answers immediately. So if you answer a question in a quiz, and you answer it correctly or incorrectly, it'll let you know as soon as you take it. You can turn this off just to find out your score at the end and then review the answers at the end. But we like to leave it on, just for ourselves, to see if we're doing something right or wrong while we're taking the quiz. And so this process is really simple. We'll leave it on and we'll actually show you, or actually we'll turn it off and show you how the new quiz navigation works as well. So if you click Quiz Me, we'll jump into a quiz, and this is a freshly made quiz in just a matter of seconds. So here we have a matching question, and as I mentioned, since we don't give you feedback based off the answer you picked, you can actually navigate freely throughout the quiz. And you can even click on any of the bubbles here to go to that specific question. And also, if you do not like a certain question, you can even give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and we take all of the feedback you give into consideration when making questions, and that's how the quiz actually gets better. So right now, I'll just jump out of a quiz. And the cool thing is you can even resume this quiz later on. So if you hit quiz again, we'll ask you if you want to create a new quiz or resume, and that's always an option available. So this is actually something that your students will love to use. So this is exactly what your students will see on the Knowt Teacher platform, and they can jump in and create quizzes from your notes or their notes, and they can create flashcards from their notes or your notes. And so it's a really powerful tool for them. But I feel like I've talked a lot about how you use your own notebook. I want to show you how you can use the teacher platform to create assignments in a matter of seconds for your students. So here we have two classes set up. One's world history, one's biology. I'll jump into the world history class right now. So as you can see here, we adjust everything around the everything for the platform around this one class now. So now we're showing you the world history class. You see a description up there. Um, You'll actually have all of your notes for that specific class here as well. So we have these three notes in here. These are separate from your notebook. These are just for this class. And you can choose to share or unshare these notes as you please. So right now we're sharing the notes. You can actually click on the picture up here. So I'll just do that one more time. You can actually click on the picture up here and unshare these notes from your student. So otherwise, you can send them a link. They can view it there, or they can just log into this class and actually view the notes that you want. So it's a great tool for you to share your notes if you'd like. But sometimes you want to create assignments from these notes, or you just don't want them to see just yet. You can unshare them. It's really simple. We'll unshare the notes, and by default, the notes will actually be locked, so your students can't edit them right now. This is going to be a feature coming later on, where if you do want your students to edit them, they'll be able to. But for now, your students will not be able to edit the quiz, no matter if it's shared or not shared. So that's something cool. I'll just leave it unshared for now. and I'll exit out. Again, we have all the options, flashcards. And once you're inside a class, the quiz button actually becomes a create button. So you can actually create your assignment directly from here. So you'll see we have different assignment settings. You can set the name for your assignment, the description. You can choose between types of assignments. You can choose between a new scrolling quiz mode or a paginated one, which I showed you a few seconds ago. And you can even randomize the questions for your students. You can make the assignment mandatory. You can even just quiz them on the specific terms that you've defined in your flashcards. And you can enable or disable instant grading where they'll find out their grades as soon as they take the assignment. And you can set weighted, like you can have weighted assignments as well by setting the point distributions for each assignment. And here actually you can actually customize, which students get a quiz. So if I notice that, hey, Adam wasn't in class online yesterday, he's probably not going to do well on this quiz. I'm just not going to give it to him, and I'm going to create a new one for him tomorrow. I can unassign it, and I noticed Jenny was not there as well. So I can do that, and I can add them back if I change my mind, and you can do that at any point. And then you can customize your assignment length and the question types. So I'll actually go back to this in a few seconds. So once you exit out, you'll return back to your class dashboard. You'll see these are assignments that are active. So currently we have one right now, and it's due October 29th. And you can actually click View All to see all of the assignments that are upcoming. Currently, we only have one. You can go up here and actually see all your students. So this is actually a really cool thing and really important for you when you're setting up your class to add students. So it's really simple. All you have to do is click the plus button. You'll see two options. So you'll see either you can invite your students by link or code, and this is when your class is public. So if you don't want your students to be joining via a link or a code, you can make your class invite only and thus private, so nobody else can join. So we'll do that, and you can actually enter in different students' notes, different students' emails, and then you can actually invite them manually. And right now we've already added in a couple students, so I won't add anybody else, but this is also a great place for you to manage your students. You can go into list view and even see their grades. So this is just obviously grades for right now. And one thing that's really cool is you'll see data for the recent assignments down here. So economics homework has some people being taking the assignment right now, but Civil War has, I guess, less people, and World History has a lot of people. So you'll see the distribution for the grades is a little different. So it's really cool. You can also jump into a points mode, and you can switch between your different assignment types. So right now this is active. You can see your inactive assignments. You can see your completed assignments. So these two are already completed. Um, and yeah, this is a great place for you to just manage, what assignments are upcoming, active, or incomplete. Um, and if you want to create an assignment, and this is where I wanted to actually show you, you can actually click plus from here, so you don't have to jump into a note. You can choose the note, and we'll actually jump through and create an assignment right now. So we'll just do World History Chapter 1. We'll give it a brief description. We'll call it homework, and then we'll stick with the defaults here, and we'll just hit create, and I'll show you how fast it is to create an assignment for your students. So yeah, there we go. We have all the assignment created. On the left, you'll see the start date, the due date aren't set because we haven't published the assignment. You'll see how long the assignment is. Of course, we picked 15. And you'll see a breakdown of the assignment too. So you'll see that we have 9 matching question, 3 multiple choice, 3 true and false. And it's really, really simple to jump in between whatever questions you want. So if I want to go to question 8, I can just click on the bubble and it'll take me there. If I want to go back to question 2, I can click there and it'll take me there. And again, here you can give feedback on the questions, and you can actually scroll through all the questions without having to like press next, next, next. So it's a really great way to view your assignments and see if they're all right. You can give feedback here, or what you can do now actually is edit the assignment as you wish. So if you click Edit Quiz, you can actually jump in and change every small detail about the question. So you can edit the question itself. So we'll just remove remove this. And now we've changed the question. We can even change the options and how you interact with it. So if I don't want this, I can remove it and I can press next, and now I've made that change, and it's a great change for me to have the ability to do that. And one of the best things about this is once you edit your questions, we'll actually smartly learn about what you want and actually make the assignments better for you over time. So you can go through the assignment and you can change basically any question you want, trying to see if we can get to a multiple choice question. So we have one right here. Here you can change the options. You can even remove an option, and you can add an additional option later. So it's really, really simple. And you can actually even create a question from scratch. So if you want to cover something that we haven't covered, you can create a question, and you can even choose between different types of question types. So multiple choice, matching, and you can edit these and customize these to your own liking. We just give you a basic template for you to go in and start working, and that's all. So you can save your edits, and then you can actually go in and publish your assignment. So we have this assignment set to publish in about a minute. We'll set it to be due on the 31st, and we'll publish. And now our assignment is published. We can go back and we've actually created an assignment um, dashboard that we can go into later. So what I'll do is I'll jump into an assignment dashboard that's already completed. So if you look at World History Chapter 1, I created it a few days ago. I can jump in and you'll see this beautiful dashboard revolving around this one assignment. So now we focus our attention on this assignment. You'll see the notes used to create this assignment. You'll be able to see the students that have completed this assignment, and their scores, the time they took, the date they took the assignment. You'll be able to see the assignments, the students that the assignment was assigned to, and obviously you'll be able to edit this if the assignment is active. Since it's completed, we won't allow that here. Below that, you'll actually see the time spent on questions. So here you can see some really cool data where on question 9, you notice that people are spending about 13 seconds, whereas, sorry, on question 13, people are not spending so much time. So this is great, insightful data for you to see, which questions are troubling my students, which questions have difficult material. So this is a great place to see that. And you can click the arrow button and actually see a similar breakdown for wrong answers per question. So here you'll see that, question 12, people are getting, like we've seen 9 incorrect responses for that, whereas question 9 had 16 incorrect responses. So this tells us a lot that we need to know, and you can always refer to this at any point. And below that, this is the distribution graph that we were talking about regarding the assignment, and it's focused on this assignment itself. So here, what is really, really cool is that you can actually send a link directly to the assignment as well. So if you click up here, you can send a link to the assignment. You can even publish the assignment to Google Classroom if you've connected to it. And you can view the assignment anytime when you want here. And here, when you are looking at the completion of your students, you can actually jump into a specific student's quiz and see how they've done. So here, your answer was correct. Chinese, you picked perfect. So you can see actually which answers they answered correctly. And you can see that in a quick way on the left here, actually. So question 5 was incorrect, whereas everything else was correct. And you can do this for any student. So it's a great, great feature to have. And you can even jump into a specific student's dashboard. So I noticed that Tanya has been doing well on her assignments. I can go in here and see, hey, what is up with Tanya? Why is she doing so well? So it turns out she's not doing so hot, but if you look here, we show you all the active assignments for that student, and you can actually go through and see their upcoming assignments, their completed assignments. So you can see Tanya has 2 assignments completed, and you can always go back in and review them. And you can see this is an upcoming assignment she has. We even recommend assignments to review. And so this is a great tool. And you might be wondering, hey, why do I need to know what assignments Tanya should review? So actually this dashboard we share between students and teachers. So when your students log into the app, they'll actually be able to click on the class and they'll be taken directly to this dashboard where they'll be able to see their data. So on the bottom, you can even see grade trends. So this is something that we've added specifically for students. So you'll be able to see how they're doing on specific assignment types. So you'll see on homework, Tanya's average is around a 60. If you switch around, you can actually see for different assignments. Obviously, we don't have enough data for other assignments, so this is one of the few grade trends that we have. You can even go through and see, how is the class performance on this particular assignment whenever you'd like. So it's a lot of great data for you to get to use. Um, and there's a lot going on here. So I know what I'll do is I'll go back and kind of show you how to create a class as well. Since we did start with a fresh account, um, creating a class is actually really, really simple. You can just click this plus button here, and you'll actually be able, you'll see these class creation settings. So you'll enter your class name, your description, and you can enter your section, the grade, the class color. You can even set the different assignment types that you want and their weightage. So you can set this up as your standalone classroom online, and it functions really well. You can even set grade cutoffs, and if you want, you can connect this to Google Classroom. So what you can do is actually use Note to um, have your students take assignments and then submit the grades back to Google Classroom automatically, and then use Google Classroom as a class management tool. So we support many different variety of things. But yeah, this has basically been a rundown of the platform. Just one thing to go over lastly, um, if you can see your classes up on top, you'll actually be able to see your recent assignments down below. So this will show you all of the assignments that are currently active or completed, even submitted. So it's a really great tool. And actually, before we kind of dismiss, I want to show you how the platform looks for students. And you'll notice that it looks very, very similar. So we'll just jump into Tanya's account right now, and you'll see that she has her own notes on the left that you don't see, and that she can go in and review. So she has a note on penguins. She can go in and review. She has a note on plants. She can go in and check, flashcards, create flashcards for these notes and review these whenever she wants. So this platform is completely separate from the teacher and connected to the teacher at the same time. And so we give you a great, great tool to actually get started and jump in to whatever you want to do. So if you actually go back here and go into your class, you'll see that you go into the uh, student dashboard for that specific student. So obviously you can see her upcoming assignments or completed assignments. So Tanya actually has a great variety of tools at her hand. So yeah, this has been a quick rundown of the teacher platform for students and of course teachers. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll try to do some smaller videos to give you a better sense of the platform as well. But I hope everyone enjoys using it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us at contact@knowt.io, and we'll be sure to answer those. So with that, this has been a demo of the teacher platform. Thank you all for watching.